Yes, we're starting.
Yes. We're starting.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Shrek SuperSlam podcast. Today we'll be taking a look at things such as Slam Pinnacle 2.
Thank you, Provider of Souls.
But before that, we have an interesting story from Boi, apparently.
Okay, so I had a dream last night. It was about Ereje. He became president of the United States of America, and we all went to a protest rally, like the one that Shia LaBeouf did, saying like, he will not divide us. I don't know why, but that was in my dream.
Very good. I can see Ereje doing
That was quality.
That's not too out of character for him.
Does anybody else have any dreams they would like to share?
I don't think I do.
Provider.
Apart from for this podcast to go well.
That's
a lot of boring ones.
No.
Moving swiftly on.
So recently.
Recently, yes.
You can't stop mid something. The level of professionalism, Jesus Christ.
Okay, Provider discovered some new tech.
Yes.
Yeah.
Provider has been streaming at least some of this week, and we discovered the AI was cheating and knew things we didn't, so we studied hard. And Provider, please tell us more because I don't understand it.
Alright, so I streamed 2 days this week, and about a long time ago, maybe a few months ago, I found the computer did a jab followed by a second jab that had the properties of his special move. Well, recently when I did my 2-day stream, the first stream, the AI did the same thing that he did months ago, and I was trying to figure out through these past 2 streams how to recreate that. And the first stream, I didn't have any luck. I eventually gave up because I was pissed off, and I tried to play Warframe and I rage quit. But the second stream, we made a lot of progress, but we found the tech wasn't as good as it is, but there are a few uses for 2 characters, maybe 4, if the other 2 characters have a true jab. Those are being Shrek, who has a stun because his special move AB can stun the opponent, and if you hit him off the wall, it can be a true combo into a jab. We also found a lot of new things for Pinocchio with that move because it has the properties of his jab while doing a dash attack. Anthrax can start her infinites if it's true. And there was one more, but I can't remember who that was.
I can't either, actually.
I don't.
But yeah, it looks pretty stylish. At least on Shrek, he kind of jabs, and then it looks like he does. I think it's his special, but he just slams it really quickly. So it looks.
Yeah, he does
pretty.
His ABB combo, his big score combo, where he knocks him off the ground. He does his first jab, he pauses for a decent amount, and then quickly just slams the ground.
Yeah, it's actually sped up.
And it creates a stun. Yeah. Which could open the opportunity, because we found if we can use a special in the middle of our jab combos, what if we also added a grab in the middle of our jab combos? Like, what if we could grab while doing Pinocchio's fast jab combo that is true? Could that open up some new opportunities? What if you combine the two? So Pinocchio had his lightning fast jab, and then it canceled into a grab. There's also the opportunities to speed up jab combos, which could help characters such as Huff and Puff Wolf, because as you know, his quadruple A combo can lead into a 0 to slam. So a lot of opportunities opened up from finding that tech, but we don't know where to start looking.
Okay, fair enough. It sounds pretty legitimate. It does work for Quasi in the same way, but since he knocks him down, it's not as anywhere near as applicable as the big green one. And some other characters just look really interesting, if not good. Puss in Boots just kind of takes up a static model almost.
His standing animation with the properties of his special, really good stuff right there.
Yeah, it looks funny, if not useful. And Pinocchio just kind of does a really fast lunging jab.
Which it doesn't true combo into anything, but it's something else he can use in neutral to maybe disrupt the opponent, and if they're not expecting it, maybe grab them.
Yeah, it looks like it'd be good for surprising people, if nothing else. A nice mix-up. We didn't find... The AI did a couple of other weird things, because he told us to clip, like, tons of things. But I don't think we got anywhere with anything else.
Yeah, there was one where we assume it's pause canceling, because in the middle of a combo that Shrek was doing, I paused it, but with sort of like the animation of his AA Ogrement, he dashed across the screen but continued his AAA combo like he normally would, just with different animations. Don't know what that was about, and there still hasn't been anything that has been found about that technique.
Fair enough. Squeachu, you also managed to pull off this tech, didn't you? How hard is it to do?
Pull off the tech. It's relatively
Yeah.
easy to learn. You just need to roll, and then halfway through the end of the roll, you just push A and then hold B. It's really simple.
Yeah.
Not to mention, it's not just with rolls. You can do it with any buffer. So like a grab ledge, an aerial, a wall attack. Pretty much anything is fair game.
Pretty legitimate. Pretty good.
The only problem is the characters that besides Pinocchio, the characters that use it are generally characters that have bad neutral in the first place, so that adds to the fact that it's not as useful as it seemed to be originally.
Fair enough.
When are you going to land a jab as Shrek? Let's be real.
Good point. I'm guessing Boi doesn't have anything to add. Did you watch this? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen a bit of it.
Okay.
Do you think that because Shrek now has some new tech, he's going to be probably placed higher in the tier list?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he has a lot more potential than the low tiers. With discoveries of his new infinite, where he uses a special and bounces him off the wall, that extends the hit stun a little bit, which can loop itself. He has the wall infinite, that's the same as Quasi, so he has 2 infinites now. He has his new tech, while not extremely useful, it's still there if you ever have the opportunity to use it. And the jab usually beats out a grab anyways. The more and more stuff we find with Shrek, I think the more and more we can place him around the mid-tier level.
Okay. And he's at this point, is he objectively better than Quasi?
Oh yeah, way better.
Okay, so he's got that going for him at least.
I don't
Fair
understand.
enough.
I don't understand why Toast ever thought Quasi was better, because
Quabbling.
Yeah, if you go through the early days of the forums, he makes really vague references to quabbling and says it's going to make him insanely good.
I remember at one point he said Quasimodo was like the Captain Falcon of this game.
oh my god. I think Prince Charming definitely takes that role though, with Black Knight being the Gandalf.
Definitely. Prince Charming, beautiful combo. I think when it comes to balance in this game, I think the meta has developed far enough to where I think around the breaking point is for viable characters is Prince Charming or Pinocchio, somewhere around there.
We have a question from OAJFH. I don't know who he is, but so he asks, what's that about tier lists? If a game like Melee that's so explored still has hugely divided opinions about tiers. So I guess the easiest answer to that is the stuff is changing quite often. We had 2 last year, I think. What's the point in there dividing in tiers and viable characters when there are so few players? Because it's fun? I don't know. Does anyone have a better answer for this? You might as well, right? Some characters are obviously going to be better than others. It reflects the current understanding of things.
A few players are really hardcore, so they'll lab up quite a bit. So it doesn't really matter how many players you have. You can always have tier lists of things, and they're really useful.
Yeah, and it comes down to the point of when you compare it to games like Melee and stuff, that takes a whole entire community of thousands of players to figure out. However, a game like this, that's extremely simple, we have more access to internet and communicating with other players, while the development of something like Melee was over the course of years when the internet was still developing. However, this was a lot of people coming together. They were able to find tech and develop this game extremely quick, regardless of how low the player base was.
I think that's all there is to say on the new tech, unless our friend Ojvith, I'm going to pronounce it like that, unless he has anything else to add, but he hasn't said it yet, so I guess we'll continue on without him. So the next thing that was announced was Slam Pinnacle 2. Moth made some very vague reference on Twitter, and then about a day later dropped a trailer for it. So yeah, it was exciting last time. So I'm looking forward to it again.
Some news from last night. Sonic Cat actually went onto the Shrek Pinnacle planning server and
spoilers,
said,
man.
Yeah.
This is secret stuff.
Well, no. Sonic Cat.
I was unaware of this server.
Okay, Sonic Cat was in the trailer, and then Sonic Cat recently said that they wouldn't have put themselves in the trailer because they're not sure if they're able to go. So there might be a change in the roster from the trailer.
I kind of expected that. Okay, so for newish listeners, who is in the roster? Let's just go over it. So Provider, Squeachu, and Boi, you three are all in.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was Sonic Cat, as you said.
Sirens,
Lunos, Squeachu, Lunos.
You already mentioned my
Arahe.
Red Riding Shrek.
Yes.
Red Riding Shrek, and one more. I think that makes
Glacy.
Glacy. Yes. Okay. So
And
a
Sozan.
solid lineup, and yeah, I said Sozan, I think. A solid lineup. Oh, did I say you instead of Sozan? Sorry, I meant
You
Sozan.
did.
Yeah, so a pretty solid lineup. But yeah, when I saw it, I did think some of them were a bit choice. Like, some of these people haven't interacted much recently.
Yeah.
Arahe interacts. He just comes in and posts his 3D models or things about toppling the Spanish government and then leaves again.
Does anyone here have a
or
good Arahe
appearing in
impression?
my dreams.
Yeah. we just did.
Squeachu, I don't know if this is personal matters or not, and I don't know if you're able to share this, but you did say recently that you knew why Sonic Cat wasn't going to be in Slam Pinnacle 2 if they decided not to.
Yeah, I did. I talked to Sonic Cat about it immediately afterwards. I messaged. I'll just read out the PMs actually. So I messaged. You aren't sure if you want to do the next tournament. I said why. Don't feel bad about being better. Blah blah blah. She said, no, it's nothing to do with how others think of me or anything. I have ADHD when it comes to games and communities. I get involved in something so much that I burn out eventually and move on. Playing Shrek isn't enjoyable for me right now, but I'd feel bad about not playing it because some people expect something out of me. It's been a while since I've played 2, and I'm sure it would be awful. So that was basically her reason for not entering. She just lost interest in the game.
Okay, fair enough. I can. That's perfectly valid, I guess. And yeah, we'll probably just see on the day. The problem, these things are often very on the day. Like, we had people who were voted in last time who the entire time said they'd be there, and then obviously they never turn up. So hopefully, with a more streamlined experience, because he's only doing singles, I think. Is he only doing singles?
I think we're going to have optional events that invited players and voted in players can opt in or opt out of.
Okay.
And we're thinking doubles and crews.
Yeah.
Okay, that's both not as long. Cruise was pretty. People were down for Cruise last time, so it's not going to be.
Was probably the best part of that tournament.
Actually, everyone who people showed up for Cruise and then they didn't show up for the actual tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah, so with any luck, turnout will be a bit better. But yeah, there are some choice numbers in there. People have just been dropping off, but he's got it billed for spring, which I mean, we're in spring at the moment, so it must be he must mean quite soon. But some discussion about pushing it back a bit further, so a date isn't confirmed yet. Retro Gamers says Cruise is legit, and it sounds like we all agree.
You mentioned about people dropping off, and I think honestly, between Glacy and like Sirens, most people there are quite close in terms of skill. So
yeah,
I think there's only 2 players that will definitely do shit. Erehe and Lunos.
Not even going to sugarcoat it.
No,
Fair enough.
Lunos admits it. Erehe is just bad, so.
Well, fair enough. It'll be exciting to see. And of course, perhaps my favourite bit was the voting process, if only because we got a Laozu rap, which I still have a copy of downloaded, just in case he ever wants to remove it.
Yeah.
Laozu did a diss track.
Yeah, and it was
Slam Pinnacle
amazing.
to get votes, and then in the middle of his Slam Pinnacle matches, he just looks at Twitter and messes around.
Yeah, but it was the rap that mattered. So it's 6 people who get through, I think. Does anyone have any preliminary predictions?
The thing is, this time you have to actually opt in for the voting, and there's quite a lot
So
more.
we don't have anonymous Gingy making it to stage 2.
Yeah.
Someone we literally don't know who he is.
Yeah, we don't know. But
That's
yeah,
probably for the best.
this time you have to opt in, so you got to think about people who are actually interested in competing.
Okay,
So,
but I think so. Immediately rolling off the tongue is Retro, obviously, because popped up
Yeah.
in the chat. So there are a couple of others.
I think Moth will get through.
Oh yeah, Moth obviously.
Maybe another one of Red Riding Shrek's friends, like Humpty Trumpty or.
Oh
Drock
yeah, or
Shreks.
Droke.
I think JV5 will get through.
Birdo.
Birdo, yeah, I think Birdo will get through. But like the thing is with Moth and Birdo.
I'm interested to see how Moth mixes up the voting this time because he said he is going to do a different kind of sequence for the voting.
Okay.
So I'm interested to see how that works, and if I hope we're able to still at least divide some votes because I still want both my boy Retro and JV5 guy in.
Yeah.
JV5. That'll be an interesting one. I think I'll make my votes legitimate this time instead of just voting for my friends. I really wanted Jay to get through, and then he didn't even turn up.
I actually kind of don't like the fact that people have to accept like the nomination first, because I actually this is kind of the reason I'm here today is because of the first Slam Pinnacle. After my first tournament, Moth just told me he put me in, and then people voted me past the first round. I'm like, what the heck? So then I'm like, I guess I should try. I actually, like, after the first tournament, didn't really want to have anything to do with the game. And then I was like, wait, the people need me. So, and then I fell in love with Shrek.
Didn't you get the most votes as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you got 206 votes. I recently looked at the thing to tell somebody that we actually had a lot of votes for that tournament. A lot of hype was built around it. You had 206 votes. I think that's almost 100 more than the second place.
Someone must have put mad money in for that. Was it you, boy?
No, actually.
Did you pay for your own vote? Okay.
No.
I paid I think $5, which was like nothing, I tried to boost up equally Crumpet, Dan Soup, and Jay. But I think at least one of them got through in the end.
Dan
but...
Soup did. I actually tried. I spent time trying to get Dan Soup's Dolphin to work, but he just could not net play. So.
Oh, that sucks. Oh, so is he actually going to enter?
Again, he'll have to opt in, and honestly, the thing with Dan Soup is he'll probably just ignore you.
Oh no.
So.
Yeah, I meant last time.
Oh, last time, yeah, he got through, and he actually was interested in competing, but he could not net play with his computer. So.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, but the opting in thing is a bit annoying, as Boi said. It misses out a few people, like Flick.
Well,
I think if Flick got enough votes, he'd maybe actually play, but he definitely won't opt in, so that's not going to happen.
His situation's also kind of iffy because I think he can't really net play in his current situation.
Oh, okay. I don't know where I'll be when it happens, but yeah, it's exciting times ahead for that. And Retro, who is in chat, so if he wants to go into this anymore, he can help us out. But Retro just made a relatively large post announcing some tournaments.
He said he's continuing Even Matchup 2 and the Get Qual at the Coffee Shop series. So that's going to be something interesting to look at while in the lull of activity before Slam Pinnacle 2.
Yeah, and he also said another tournament
some hype
called Victoria's Shrek. I really want this to be hosted in a Victoria's Secret.
Yeah.
Or maybe he'll have it like presented by Victoria's Secret models or something. But somehow I don't think that's going to happen. I'd be interested in your choice of the name, Retro. He's said that there'll be the next 3 hosts. The dates have yet to be determined. You have never seen the standards for which will be used for the last one. So Victoria's is going to be pretty special. If
18
that's anything
plus.
to go by. Yeah, maybe. It's actually just a ruse to get Squeachu to not play.
Yeah. I mean, I am 18, so.
Oh,
I'm 12.
I'm 12, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
13
good.
in May.
Ah, that's good. You won't be able to enter this, but you can enter the coffee shop. Everyone's favourite set of tournament series. we need to finish out with a piano melody in memoriam for the coffee shop, which is unfortunately died between coffee shop 1 and 2. Was there even a coffee shop 2? I can't remember,
No,
but the
there was
coffee shop
not.
is dead.
In the coffee shop? That was the last time I played Glacier, I think.
I think it was either that or a Time to Get Shrek'd tournament series.
Was the coffee shop the tournament where you and Sorzan just played on Mongo as like Anthrax or something.
That was even matchup 1,
Even
I believe,
matchup, yes.
because I know we had a low tier tournament where Sorzen had Humpty available to him, but I still beat him with my Huff and Puff. And so the next tournament that we played was even matchup, and he didn't want to play seriously and get pissed off. So we decided to just go like Cyclops Dittos.
Yes,
Actually atoned to the even matchup name.
I remember being in the chats for one of them, and it was really funny. You two were just messing around a lot.
And we can talk about the even matchup match where the biggest case of sandbagging, poor Retro.
That one made me laugh a lot. I'm sorry, Retro. It was very entertaining being in the chat then.
Oh yeah, that tournament we also had a Zeto stall on Mongo.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Wait, that's possible.
Because that one was really weird. It kind of zoomed out, didn't it?
Yeah,
and then just zoomed back in.
The camera went to like bottom left and just started scrolling out, like way out, and then after a while, it started zooming back in to the main stage, and we were just standing there in like the spawn spots.
Yeah, this game is, and there's that relatively recent video of you of the bench on Romeo. This game is very strange with its walls.
I don't think a lot of people know that about that glitch because I made it unlisted, but it's a video of me and Love Expert after playing a little bit of net play. We discovered a glitch that involves using an item that you hold and going up against the wall, which will create a teleporting kind of function that knocks you to the top of the map and doesn't let you lose momentum. So it eventually glitched him out of the map. It was interesting.
Yeah, because you carried him all the way back into the map, and as soon as it let go, it forcibly kicked him out the map again.
Yeah, that's how out of bounds works.
But he could still hit you, and with slams and with regular attacks. It was very funny. It's one of my favorite clips.
I believe that was also explored in Slam Pinnacle 1, where I had an out of bounds on Beanstalk, and I would grab Squeachu like out of bounds, but when I threw him, he'd pop right back in, and the only way out was to find a glitch opening to get back into the stage.
Yeah, I've tried to replicate that glitch many times with Lunos and Red Riding Shrek, but I've not been able to do it, so this game is constantly just making you just question everything you know about the physics of the engine, so...
It's an odd one for sure. To finish off this topic, Retro says if it wasn't for the Zedo stall, then he would have denied the existence of that set because he was very salty. But he apologizes for it. And that's a nice segue, actually. Speaking of salt, can someone please fill me in on the JV5 guy video in which he apparently called someone out, but it just sounded like he was sitting on his sofa for 20 minutes, talking about someone.
All right, that is more along. Yeah, that's along my territory. Okay. So JV5 guy, I don't know about the guy. let's get this out of the way. JV5 guy has been making questionable content over the past few days. Some Shrek content that's recorded in 480p with some random overlays. He's had like 3 different overlays for the past 3 different videos.
Yeah, he says he goes. Sorry, Karen.
In the second video, he starts doing a mega challenge because he misclicked and decided to go through with it. And then he goes to fight a level 5 computer as Genome and just picks random characters to fight against. And then he starts playing. He goes like a 1 versus 3, Genome versus Genome. Okay, so it's all questionable content. And then the day after, he tells me he's going to make an exposed video on this guy named Mars. Right? This is some 6 month ago beef that he resurrected that should not have been brought up. And so eventually we just have this non-stop like 20-something minute video, cringe as hell. 2 guys, like they're one sitting on a chair, one sitting on a bed, I believe. Just 2 cousins. And it's not even an exposed video. They should have called it a diss video because all they did was diss his looks. And
no, I think he renamed it to Diss. So
yeah, he probably renamed it, but it was originally called a rant. It was originally a rant.
Rant.
So some business that should have been put down in the ground 6 months ago was brought up in this current day because JB5 does not know how to let something go.
Do we know what this business was? Who is this guy?
Okay.
Why is he so upset?
The history behind it is, I was usually on this guy's stream.
Yeah, yeah.
A long time ago. It was pretty much a duo stream. Like, it was always me and this guy. And we'd play Melee a lot. This was back when I was into Melee. We used to play, I'd fuck him up a little bit for stock. And JB5 guy was just like, you know, he follows me around everywhere. So he ended up getting this. He was a little bit of his acquaintance. Then one day I called a game he was playing Scuffed, and I got timed out. And then so JB5 guy gets his cousin to come into his chat, and they start spamming racist shit, which isn't allowed on Twitch. So it spawns this whole thing, and then they get access to his Discord, shat on it. And so what he ended up doing is he ended up banning all of us. And he banned everyone that was related to me. Like, I had my other friend in his Discord. He ended up banning him as well. And it was just whole, like, beef, but it was funny at the same time, so I really couldn't be mad about it.
It doesn't sound like something you bring up 6 months later. To make an expose on. Extremely
insignificant. It was 6 months ago. There's literally no reason to touch back up upon it, and JB5 guy just jumps on it with this cringe video. Like, they repeat it. You ever seen the Leafy is Here videos? Where he just repeats the same thing over and over again about somebody's looks. That's pretty much what they did, without saying literally too much.
Beautiful, but also without the production value.
He starts bringing up like Tyler One, who is a Twitch streamer that I watch. Like, have any of you seen the whole video?
No, I didn't watch any of it.
He starts like showing up DMs, and he all in like OBS Studio. He's just like slowly moving around the two webcam things he has, and then he like very shoddily exposes like his whole entire web browser and stuff. And he's just like slowly clicking through. It's not edited at all. It's just all raw video footage of him moving windows around.
Amazing.
And so Shrek boards was taken up all day by this bullshit of JV5 guy trying to start old beef. Why he posted it in the Shrek boards, I have no idea.
Maybe he wanted us to back him up.
Maybe. But I even told him, I'll expose some of my DMs. Hold on, let me go back.
While you're doing that, I want to comment on his actual Shrek content. I put that in double quotes, Shrek content. Because he kept saying he was going to grow the community by making content, and then he delivers, and it's a 480p stream of him playing against a computer. It's just the weirdest overlay. It feels like a fever dream. It's so strange.
The best part about it is he messaged me and said he uses the overlays because they make his video footage better quality. Like, the game footage is better quality.
And you just got this dude in this like dark room. Like, his webcam looks just yellow. It's really terrible.
The lighting is off. He's recording it probably at night. And then, like, in the middle of the videos, his uncle and aunt usually pop in the room and say, "Hey, it's past 12."
Yeah, it's very odd. It feels like something you'd find in like 2005 on some terrible website, long forgotten by Google and everyone else. It's very odd thinking it was made just this week.
Didn't he find new tech as well? Like, he did a special in the air.
Oh,
yeah, he did a special in the air after doing Genome's aerial that bounces him in the air. He somehow buffered a special and used it in the air.
It sounds pretty good. Is there any potential for this though? It sounds.
So far, it's nothing extraordinary, but the fact that he buffered a special could also mean that you could buffer a grab, and maybe that could lead into a combo or something. But besides that,
fair enough.
A ground grab in the air.
It's still pretty unexplored and really hard. It's gonna be like the what do we call it? Should we just call it like a buffered special? A buffered jab special? Who knows?
I'll allow that.
So
The thing we were discussing earlier.
Yeah, the thing we were discussing earlier, that new tech that was discovered, it kind of seems like it's going to be another tech like that where it's not going to be useful for a lot of the characters, may not even be possible for a lot of the characters, and it may not help the character too much, but it's something that the character can do in like really bizarre situations. But yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, it seems like we, in general, with tech discovery, we're kind of we've pushed past the general stuff, and we're getting into the really weird, like edge case glitches, which probably aren't that useful, but
yeah, it's
they're
like,
interesting if nothing else.
It's a similar situation to Smash where we're just finding really small tech, and like it might not be useful, it might be useful, but it depends on the character and depends on so many factors that it's not important. So.
Yeah, what I just posted in the group chat is what he told me. If I found out if you have an overlay, the image quality goes up by. I don't think he understands. I don't think he understands that if something is 480p and you make it smaller, that it's supposed to look better because it's more compressed.
And the colors. Why did he pick such strange colors? It's the whole thing blends together in such a weird experience.
Oh,
it's so.
Can we talk about how he like starts the videos out and ends the videos by like saying, "Hey, what's up, guys? It's JV5 Guy. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to me on YouTube." Just starts the video out and throws out like every cheap plug he can.
Might as well.
And after he does all that, he's not even ready to record the video. Like, he just starts up the game.
That's great. Amazing. We secretly love JV5 Guy. He's a bastion of the community.
he keeps us going through laughs. Like,
JV5
Guy, if you're watching this, no hard feelings, but you keep us going, my dude.
Oh my god, I want to see what tournaments he entered now. Well, apparently he's entered APO 2, and that's it. Is the wiki up to date on that?
Are you looking at his page right now? Because he entered like 2 or 3 tournaments.
Oh, okay.
I believe there's still one that has not been updated.
Yeah, the wiki movement is a bit slow.
Didn't he make a tournament name that was like really similar to Shrekmas, but like was worse?
Yes, he did. It was Shrek. It was Shrek Miss the Rise of the Mid Tiers. Where it was a mid tier tournament where Black Knight was banned, but I think Pinocchio was out. And the tournament. Hold on. The tournament had these following players: Squeachu, Sarger, Sirens Are Calling, and the unforgettable level 10 CPU Wolf. In the wiki, hold on. I'm gonna snip this. In the wiki, right here at the end of this, it says it is semi-notable for the appearance of level 10 CPU.
No, wait. Did the wolf not come last?
It came third because I think Sirens dropped out because of time zone problems.
Let's go.
So, level 10 CPU Wolf, a top 3 in that tournament.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Like, if you watch the VODs, the level 10 CPU Wolf actually had some pretty close sets with Sarger. I think he took some games off of it.
He's keeping the community going. But anyway, while we've been discussing this, we've got a new post of Discord, and it says, "Welcome to our 4 Splatoon online. This is a momentless tourney, as moment abilities are not welcome here." So this guy, Grandee, what is he doing?
Okay, there's this guy in the Shrek board of Discord who nonstop. You can look at his name, go to search, type Grand EI. I guess he changed his name recently. And it's nothing but self-promotion for his Splatoon tournaments. And nobody comes into it. I went into one of his Discords and spammed something and got banned. But that's about the only activity I'm pretty sure he's got from these Discords.
Yeah.
I think he said he plays the game locally, but I'm pretty sure that's just a lie so he can get more
Yeah.
So he can like just get his tournaments passed without just saying you're here to promote.
And occasionally someone says something to him and he calls him out on it, and it's like, dude, go away.
I said, the feeling when you're like only here to self promote, and he added me, Provider of Souls. He said, at Provider of Souls. What?
as if he didn't realize. Oh my god, it's very odd. He's very close to being banned. I might just ban him.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Why of all places? How did he find this place and go, that's where I need to advertise my Splatoon tournament? That's a good target market. People play a GameCube game, a small community around a GameCube game released in 05. They're gonna have Wii U's and Splatoon.
I think when he posted for the first time, he did have a conversation with Hydrus, right? Because Hydrus is a Splatoon.
Yeah.
Picking a combination as well.
Yeah. Is Sarger a Splatoon player? I know he has a Wii U at least. Which
Yeah, I think Sarger's the only one who plays Splatoon here, besides Hydrus.
Hydrus, yeah.
Well, I guess I'm a spy because I do play Splatoon.
But do you enter these tournaments?
No, I've never entered a Splatoon tournament.
Then I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay.
You're allowed to play Splatoon, but not enter as tournaments.
I didn't realize.
If I found out anyone here enters.
I didn't realize I had Streamlabs open, but someone did just follow, so I'm gonna.
Oh wow! Amazing.
I might have to get rid of stream alerts because it's kind of annoying.
And Hydrus is in the chat. Maybe he can offer his opinion. Hydrus, do you know this person? Why are they self-promoting?
Well, it is a Shrek podcast, man. But you gotta like admit that this guy has no place in Shrek boards, like at all. If he's just gonna self-promote Splatoon, you know, Kirby, just ban him. Just ban him right now.
Let's go. Let's go.
You got
we need him for the memes, though.
You got banned.
We have JV5 guy.
He's done. He's done. Now the chat has just evolved into arguing about Splatoon. So maybe we will ask Splatoon boards up.
But wait, is GV5 guy not got sound on like he did when he last looked at his provider stream?
Oh yeah, last time I was doing my stream, JV5 guy was talking in chat to me with his volume off. He expected me to respond through text, even though the whole entire stream I was talking through volume.
Yeah, that was an odd one.
Oh,
I got triggered. I said I cut off and I just started typing.
Oh my god, okay, Hydrus says he's also a meme in the Splatoon community. He self-advertises tournaments in literally every Splatoon-related server.
But we're not Splatoon-related.
Like, sometimes he joins the server just to advertise. But why? But why? This is the $10 question.
You know, it's funny because I went to one of his Discords, and even though he advertises everywhere, he gets like 20 people.
Amazing. Maybe there's something more going on that we don't know. Maybe he's hired by Nintendo. Infiltrate communities.
I was looking at the list and we missed out Slam in the Swamp too, so we need to talk about that.
Oh right. We'll finish off with the disappearance of Lauzo and Lordo. So this is part of the reason we're even here today is because Forever After Hours, the previous podcast, has disappeared off the face of the earth. But there was in fact a third Forever After Hours episode because I was in it. I can't remember what happened in it, apart from it was on Squeachu's birthday, so we all said happy birthday, Squeachu. Then I can't remember what happened, but basically, yeah, nothing. It got recorded, it was all done. Lousy said he'd edit it, and then every time I'd see Lousy, I'd go, "Where is it? Where's the thing?" And one day he turns around and finally says he lost the footage. But this was like months after it happened, and
Wait,
that was it.
What is the date of Squeachu's birthday?
It's the 15th of November.
15th of November? Okay,
The
then
15th
I think
of
I'm pretty
November.
sure. I'm pretty sure I know what happened in that podcast then. Because that was after Slamtober. You guys probably shit talked me after I got beat up by BoastingToast and Fiona Dittos.
We might have
guarantee
done.
it. I guarantee it.
We might have done. Anyway, the revelation that the footage was gone was around the 20th of January this year, so a good couple of months of no episode. But alas, we're here now. We're here to resolve this ourselves. And of course, Laozu quitting then meant that also Slam in the Swamp 2 had to be cancelled, which is a massive shame because I was actually going to go out to London and meet up with Laozu and Lord, and it never happened. But they were going to take me to Nando's finally. But all for nothing.
The thing is, Laozu quit Shrek to play Melee competitively, but he mains Link, so...
No, he's great. I don't know what you're talking about. His Link is heroic.
I've never
watched him. I watched it in Smashbox, and it was so fun to watch. And actually scary to play against.
My Game Watch is better.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I'm calling out Laozu right now. Money match.
He's calling you out. You two need to go to a tournament. I think there's Smashbox free tomorrow, but no one's going to it.
No, I'm not going.
I'm not. I didn't actually know it was tomorrow until someone in our
Laozu's definitely going to Hair 4. I'm definitely going to Air 4. Sorry.
Air 4.
Yes.
I can't imagine
about smashing a Shrek podcast.
Yeah, I know, right? Bad games.
Yeah, we get moving on.
So pretty much summary of that.
Yeah, cool. That's basically Smash.
Shrek has been in shambles. Shrek has been in shambles, but Slam Pinnacle 2 might save us. Okay,
Yes.
by the way, going back to Slam Pinnacle 2, brief discussion right now. Anybody have some dream teams for possible doubles or crews?
Ooh, tough one. I'd love to see a UK versus US cruise, even though we'd get battered and the lag would be terrible. I still think it would be enjoyable to see.
I'd like to be teamed with Sonic Cat, so I can have a chance.
No, that would be so bad.
Double
Do
jump.
we allow double characters or not?
Yeah, we should, because I don't think the strongest teams are double anybody. I think the strongest team is Gingy and Luna, because the prominence of that team is amazing, because Luna's Slam builds up quickly because of her anti-air infinite. It's like the fastest building Slam in the game.
Yeah.
And Gingy has some of the quickest and most intercepting movement in the game, so he's a great support to have Luna build her Slam and also catch people while running from her Slam, and he's also good for getting them off of her. And just one mistake on approaching a Luna while she's doing her move, her anti-air, will get you caught in the infinite as well. And with Gingy there to help support those combos, it's just an amazing dream team. Also, Gingerbread Man's Slam covers amazing ground, and Luna's Slam covers amazingly in the air. It's just absolute. It's poetry.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think there's been one team's tournament or two maybe. And it seems like Gingy was pretty much almost staple. Like, a lot of people seem to run him.
Yeah, the only character that beats out that team is 2 Red Riding Hoods.
Fair enough.
Bonkers. It's absolutely just the whole match is in shambles if you pick 2 Red Riding Hoods, because the apples have so much stun, you literally just throw them, and your partner is saved. You're saved if they try to grab you and they get hit by an apple, because then that's your combo. There's literally so much map control if you pick 1 Red Riding Hood. Yeah, even 1 Red Riding Hood can change the entire game.
Is Red Riding Hood going to be legal for Pinnacle?
I hope not.
No.
Because she is technically in limbo still. I think the community has effectively just said no.
Everyone except Toast has said no, so yeah.
And as he isn't entering, then I'm guessing she won't be. But it was an issue that never really got a clean resolution.
I was going to say, BoastingToast for the longest time was pretty much the only figure who was majorly in control of the Shrek scene. So whatever he said was pretty much game. Quasi is better than Shrek. Okay. Everyone just went along with what he said. But now it's changed. I think.
Yeah, I think that's another reason why he left. He had such control over the scene and how like the competitive scene developed that out of he's losing that control that other good players have popped in. He doesn't feel that control anymore, so he's probably moving on. I like how when he talked about Brawlout, the first credential that he said is that he's top 3 in the world in the game. I think he likes the power of control when it comes to a small community game.
Doesn't surprise me.
Small call out.
Small call out. Yeah, Hydra. Yeah, we're pretty sure Toast just plays Brawlout. He's kind of just disappeared. I don't know. He's not as active on Facebook or anything anymore. To my knowledge, maybe Facebook just isn't showing me it.
Yeah, I saw he creates fresh solid Brawlout content on his YouTube channel now.
Oh, very nice.
He legit calls the video saucy.
Oh.
Should we all go over there and like try and become the best Brawlout players?
No, they look terrible.
I believe it's in a closed beta right now. It looks like a very shabby Rivals of Aether in 3D. 2.5D.
Oh, I think they've got 8. They're going to have 8 characters as well. That seems to be the new standard for Smash clones. 8 characters. But I just hate the way it looks. I don't know. They remind me of those stupid Skylanders adverts, and they just really irritate me.
Didn't Saja try to start up Kung Fu Panda as well?
Yeah,
he did try. But I watched footage of it, and it looks so bad.
I haven't seen footage of it, but I
really hideous. Yeah.
Some people say it's like a good Smash clone. Other people are saying it's bad. All I see are mixed reviews. I've never seen it, so I don't know what to think of it.
We're talking about Smash.
Yeah, no,
Saved.
Fine. Rivals clones. They're all clones of Rivals because that actually got released, so we can comfortably say that is a real game. The shading is too poor, is what Retro is saying.
I think it's a combination of the shading being too poor, but also I don't think the art style is a nice choice for a platform fighter.
Yeah, no, I agree. But we're just 4 randoms come together by the power of Shrek, so what do we know?
Shrek.
I hated the way Brawl was presented. It was too gritty, in my opinion.
Brawl looking back is very strange.
We're doing it again.
No, okay. We're allowed to discuss anything apart from the Smash Bros. Series. Any discussion of Smash Bros. Is banned.
Foreboding.
Not even 64?
Okay, no. 64. I'll allow it.
We've got more content in the notes, but this has probably gone on long enough. We'll save it for next time, I think. Unless anyone... Okay, Twitch chat has as long as it takes for this to actually reach them because of the lag. So if anyone wants to bring up anything in Twitch chat quickly, otherwise I suggest we wrap up.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. It's been on for like an hour now, just over an hour.
Yeah, it's decent enough.
Oh,
down.
It's really been over an hour now?
Yeah.
I don't know, I haven't been keeping track of time. Content points. The first bit of content since JV5, guys.
If you want to call it content.
It's an experience. We should use it as hazing for new members. They have to sit through all of it, otherwise they're not allowed to talk.
Wait. JV5 guy sent me a message after he released his first video and showed that his analytics, he earned 1 cent from that video.
Oh god. Oh, Hydrus asks, is a Shrek doc possible in the future? So I have a bit to say about this. Some randoms came on the Discord and started talking like they were actually going to make it. I honestly think it would be quite interesting to make, but I don't want it done badly. The problem is, because everyone's so spread out, there's so many influential people, but they're so spread out that to make it, you'd almost have to, like, dedicate a portion of your life to actually flying around and interviewing people for it and stuff. Because I think anything less than that isn't like worthy. It would just be terrible otherwise. Because you definitely have to go to America and talk to Toast and talk to Provider, and you definitely have to go to England, and you definitely have to go to Sweden
and Spain,
of course. So, oh god, yeah, I definitely want this to happen only for the Arahe interviews.
Speaking of the Shrek documentary, Kirby, have you ever had anything to do with that Game Informer guy who came in who was interested in talking about the scene at all?
He never messaged me back. He messaged me saying, is this time alright? And I said it was, and then forgot, which was my own fault. I sent him a big apology saying, sorry dude, and he never replied.
Where did you respond to him, on Discord or...
Discord.
I think he literally just got Discord so he could talk.
Yeah, I think he probably did. He didn't give me an email, so it's the only thing I had.
Yeah, I did my interview through an email, and so far I've looked at Game Informer and I still have yet to see an article about that.
Yeah, this has happened a couple of times where I've been interviewed for random things and they've never surfaced. The first time, it was some guy who wanted to do a podcast on like smaller game scenes, and it sounded like a really interesting concept. After we were finished, he talked to me about his plans. He'd got like 2 or 3 other like really small scenes that he'd interviewed for it. It sounded really cool, but I've tried to like look him up again, and I've never seen it surface, which is really annoying. But oh well. But yeah, this has been content, I guess. Does anyone have any closing thoughts?
Thank you for that closing thought.
Onions have layers.
Onions have layers. Thank you for JV5 guy. If anyone ever wants to get like really fucking high on acid or something, I would suggest that as viewing material.